right, the prompt is, fitness culture is toxic.
It sure is toxic. Let me say this. I, on Instagram, right, asked this woman, are you on PEDS? And you know, her boyfriend messages me on a DM on Instagram. He said something like, what the hell are you talking about? And so he goes, you said my girlfriend's on PEDS.
What the hell has this got to do with the prompt? The question is fitness culture toxic? You know the drill, you've seen these videos. Today we have another one of these fit versus fat debates, but the good thing about this one is the fact that they are more regular, normal dudes. Like, I don't know any of these dudes off social media, so that's a good thing. But the main thing I really think would be interesting is to see how regular, overweight guys respond to some of the fit people's questions, because we've seen in the women's one.
Thin privilege is real.
I know there's been several cases of plus size people on airplanes and things feel like the world is built for a certain size.
They basically had very strange talking points and ideology towards fitness, and I would like to see if regular dudes mimic these same talking points.
Our first prompt is, fat people are ugly.
Yes. I'm joking. We're going to skip that prompt because honestly, I do not care about whether someone thinks another one's ugly. In reality, you can get ugly skinny people, you can get ugly fat people. That's not really where the meat and potatoes are when it comes to these conversations.
All right, the second prompt is, fitness culture is toxic. If you agree, please step forward. Okay, and begin.
It sure is toxic. Let me say this. On Instagram, right, asked this woman, are you on PEDS? And you know, her boyfriend messages me on a DM on Instagram. He said something like, what the hell are you talking about? And so he goes, you said my girlfriend's on PEDS. Do you know in the fitness industry, they're all on PEDS? So
that is the exact expression I've got. Like, me and Diet Russell Brand are on the same wavelength here. What the hell has this got to do with the prompt? The question is fitness culture toxic? And the first example this little weird troll does is talk about the time he slid in some girl's DMs that's into fitness and asked her if she's on PDs. Bearing in mind, he doesn't even look like he goes to the gym. Based on him asking that question, personally, I think he was just doing it because he's a weirdo. Like, that was a very odd thing to send, specifically to a woman. It's not even like, if you commented that same thing on a guy's post, I would still say it's a bit extra. But I can also go with the argument, oh, maybe it's because that's his goal physique and he just wants to know whether this person attained it naturally. But asking, are you on PDs to a woman in fitness? You're only doing it because you're a weirdo.
And so he goes, you said my girlfriend's on PEDS. Do you know in the fitness industry, they're all on PEDS? It's a dirty little secret. So I just don't, I'm the creative arts. I don't understand. I get it and I don't get it.
What?
This is weird troll-like behavior. But the way that everybody's looking at him, they are confused as us as to why on earth is he even having this conversation. Spoiler alert, I will tell you more weird stuff about him later on in the video because he does seem to have an obsession talking about women, but I will leave it till later on because I don't want to focus too much on this guy.
We tend to think that healthy is just basically external appearance, and there's a lot of people, and you see it often about some of these like bodybuilding stuff just dying at a young age. I think it's toxic because you see a lot of people going like, take all the drugs, 5-10 years from now they're dead.
I agree with that point though when it comes to, is fitness culture toxic? For the vast majority of people, the answer is no. I would say like getting in the gym, getting exercise, and moving your body is always me a plus. Now, where it becomes toxic is the ones that are overly invested in their fitness to the point where it does become like a personality trait where they're obsessive with it. And then also there is that dodgy side where when they start obsessing over the foods they eat to a crazy degree. But those are all people that fall into disordered realm. So not everyone's going to fall into that. And then also, if you're a pro bodybuilder, I would say it is getting to the toxic realm just because you are damaging your body. It is no longer fitness when you take damaging drugs that do cut your life short. Even if you look in shape, like Chris Bumstead looks like the pinnacle Greek type statues, right? But that whole career path in which he's done has definitely had some damage to his body long term.
Next prompt is, being fat is a choice. If you agree, please step forward.
I'll start with my situation. For me, I did gain overweight and I started losing it since, but for me, my grandma passed away and I turned to food as comfort. In that case, it was a choice because I chose to eat that food. I chose to eat junk food and turn towards it for comfort. But now that I noticed that I was a little bit overweight, I decided to make a change and try to help my health a little.
It's interesting that he said that because I've spoke about this on the channel before. When my nan passed away, I remember falling into the gym a lot more, and it was my time away from everything and made me feel better. But it just shows that two people's personalities are different. That was my instinct to do, whereas his was to eat food. So your mindset really does have a huge impact on your physique. Your body goes where your mind tells it. So that is something what people have to really do. Not just focus on physical strength, mental strength.
Try to help my health a little.
And I commend you for making that change. A lot of people don't make that change. They live with that, and then that just becomes their life. And it doesn't have to be.
And that's the whole thing, is like people live a certain way for a certain period of time, and they think, oh, that's me. I'm incapable of being any different because this is all that I've known. So they claim that they have these like worldly limitations on themselves, that they're not able to be the person they want to be, whether it's like fat or skinny. They just accept that they can't do it because they're lazy.
I wouldn't say it's because they're solely lazy. Like, that's an element. I would say a good portion of it is because they have no self-belief. Like, people that brought up in a background where they do sports or they've competed in things growing up, they have the mindset of like work for something and like attain it. Whereas some people that may not fell into that realm, just regular person, didn't do any sports, didn't really do competitions growing up, whether it's athletic or like, you know, collegiate education wise, those people aren't used to having to work for something really, really hard in that aspect consistently, like over months and months or years and years. So for them, they don't really see them actually being able to attain the thing they're trying to get, if you get what I'm saying. So for those people, I wouldn't just say it's laziness, because laziness would be like, you know what to do and know you can do it, but you can't be asked. Whereas if you literally have no self-belief and don't know what to do and you just are fearful that you're just going to fail, I think that's a little bit different. You should still try to overcome it, but I'm not going to slap the lazy label on it.
People that don't believe being fat is a choice are not the most intelligent, in my opinion, because basic thermodynamics says if you eat less calories than you burn, you're going to lose weight. Like, you can eat less calories. It's just, is it difficult? Yeah, it's very difficult to do because your metabolism is screwed up and you have these intense cravings. But at the end of the day, if you choose to ignore science and information, then you're just choosing to be ignorant.
The reason why I sat down, I believe it revolves around a person's discipline and their belief structure.
Yeah.
You know, so that's really all I wanted to say. You pretty much said all the things I wanted to say about it being a choice. Because I mean, if you just don't give a damn and I'm gonna eat everything and I'm not gonna work out and then also blame other people for your problems.
This is so different to the other versions we have watched. You can just see straight away, these dudes are big and they're not really hiding from the fact they're big. But the key thing is that they're not technically saying it's like because of some crazy thyroid or society or food deserts. For the most part, they just have accepted the situation at what it is. Some of them are trying to change, some of them may not be. We'll find out in the rest of the video. But the ownership piece is the biggest important factor, because once you own where you are, it means that you can aim to change it.
All the disagreeers, please step forward and begin.
All the disagrees, one dude.
Like I said, it is a thyroid problem. Now, now when you guys say choose to be fat, this is real talk. You know what I hate about America? How come a salad is $45, but you can get a whole Big Mac meal for $3?
The disparity in price isn't that drastic, especially when you factor in cooking in bulk. One Happy Meal, first of all, it's not that cheap, but one little burger, wherever it is from whatever junk food place you go to, is for that one sitting. Some of the foods you're buying at a grocery store, yeah, it may be a little bit more expensive at the upfront, but because you can prepare it for multiple days, all across the long haul, it saves you more money.
That has nothing to do with you choosing to be fat or not. That's an economic issue.
Nobody chooses to be fat. Life happens, and
how does life just happen? You just accidentally went to the buffet?
You know what? Yeah, and it's delicious.
Like, I accidentally went to the Golden Corral and put my mouth into the chocolate fountain.
And I'll take some home. I'm the motherfucker that takes some home in my pocket.
Men are so unserious. Like, they'll be honest about the situation, but they will play it off as like a joke. This is kind of, I didn't think it would be to this extent. This is how you know they're regular dudes, though. Because this is how regular dudes will act when things like this come up. They will answer honestly, but they will like have banter with the thing. Weight definitely is a much more touchier thing when it comes to the women. From the other videos we have seen people literally get their back up and really defensive, because it feels more triggering. With the dudes, you can see it's a whole different vibe.
Our next prompt is, I attach my self-worth to my body. If you agree, please step forward. And begin.
The moment you've been waiting for, potentially. This is where this guy says some more weird stuff.
I do attach my self-worth to my body. I'm trying to get out of that mode saying I'm just worthy of the way I am, you know?
I get that.
And do you feel that way, that you look down on somebody? I get the impression bodybuilders, fitness influencers I see on Instagram, they look down on people who, and I know I need to get out of that mindset, who are in better shape, healthy, buff. Do you find that?
Everything I said about, 2-3 minutes ago does not apply to this specific guy. This guy definitely has a lot more insecurity, which is why he's DMing women weird stuff. And also that whole thing, he's more talking about other people than himself. Like, I feel like they're judging me because they look better than me. That's all an insecurity within himself. So he's the exception to the situation I was talking about. But this isn't the weird thing. He goes on much weirder in about a minute's time.
I don't. Me personally, I take pride in my body. You only get one body.
That's
so
true.
You gotta,
That's true.
You gotta, treat it good.
Your body, the way you look, it's a reflection of
who you are.
Your lifestyle, who you are.
That's true.
For example, when you see some fit people, they always clean, they always take a shower, you can see that they have discipline in their lives. You enjoy to even talk to them more than with people who let themselves go. Yeah,
I think if people took care of themselves, they would care more about how they looked, including women. I just feel like if there's a woman that's morbidly obese, I feel like they're not, number one, don't have self-esteem, and they're not taking care of themselves, don't think enough of themselves to not even just get buff or fit, just...
What on earth does this have to do with women? Why did he not say overweight men? The fact he was speaking about overweight women as if he's not overweight, like he was talking about how they don't take care of themselves. Bro, the call is coming from inside the house.
And there's drugs like Ozempic, by the way. Nobody mentioned this yet. Ozempic, which, and the doctor told me, I could use Ozempic. I don't want to get on drugs or medication.
This guy, I guarantee in his head he's thinking, this guy is nuts. He's just chatting complete random, just monkey branching from random topic to random topic.
You are the billboard. Do you want to do business with somebody who's obese, a banker, a lawyer, doctor, or do you want to do some business with somebody who at least is nicely dressed?
Let's just keep it pushing. All right, so now we're away from that guy. One thing I wanted to touch on was the fat shaming is okay. Because I made a video on this, I think on Instagram about a year ago or something. And I remember saying that I don't think fat shaming is that bad. But there were caveats. One, it can't be to a stranger that you don't know because that's just hurling abuse. I was more or less saying that it can be okay, mainly within dude friendships, where friends can say to another friend, like, hey, bro, what's going on, man? It looks like you've packed on a little bit of, a little bit of timber. What's been going on? And that normally is like a very normal thing that signifies to the other person that, one, I'm here to talk, and two, you're gaining a little bit of weight, and it kind of lets them know, before you get crazy big, we can reel this shit back. And that's a very normal thing. People have done it to me. I've kind of somewhat said it in the past as well. Just the other day, my brother said to me, like, yo, we should get back on doing the tracking our weights on the Excel spreadsheet. That was his code, low-key code, to be able to say to me, I think you started to gain a little bit more weight. And that was cool. And that's what's going to put me back on my job. Because I ain't got a license being a dad and trying to save up for a new house, which we should be moving soon, hopefully. You'll find out. You'll see that eventually anyway. I have literally kind of taken my foot off doing as much steps as I used to do because I've been trying to make that money. And for that reason, I gained about 10 pounds.
Fat shaming is okay. If you agree, please step forward.
Not surprised he came forward.
All right, please begin.
Let me start this off, okay? Because you see, I hesitated for a second. It's very controversial.
Me too.
Allowing people to just what's the word when you enable people to just be
enable?
It's not good. I mean, because fat shaming is one of those terms like when they talk about toxic masculinity and all that. That's one of these made up terms for the internet nowadays in modern times.
Bullshit woke stuff.
I agree,
yeah.
but I'll say that.
I'm not going to say it.
And we shouldn't just let people just be sloppy.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between weight issues, but sloppy. That's where the fat shaming might need to come into play.
Fat shaming is okay to a certain degree. Like, say I'm with like my brother and he's like, he sees that I'm a little overweight. He's like, hey man, what's going on there? Or something like that. and you know, put me on notice.
Yeah, you could do it in a nice way.
Yeah.
Like, let them know, like, hey, man, you know, you're getting a little big, like
hey, man, looking
real big.
Looking real thick.
Yeah, it sounds like it's mainly a guy thing because I've said this around girls, not to them, but like this whole topic, and they said no. Like if their friend was fat or said, do I look fat? They would just always instinctively just say no because they know the person doesn't want to hear the true answer. They want to feel comforted. Whereas if guys, it's not that case. Maybe some women are watching are different, but from anecdotal evidence, this is a thing that women do not like. They do not want to be told the truth about whether they potentially are gaining weight or looking big. I actually have a video that should already be out by now, which is about, can you tell your girlfriend if she's gaining weight? Because someone sent that question that they were worried about how to tell their girlfriend that they have begun to gain quite a bit of weight. And all the resources I looked online that I kind of put in the video, they're all saying we shouldn't mention it.
If I gained weight, would you tell me?
That's a tough question.
I was just thinking, like, I feel like you and I have such good communication about telling each other things.
Yeah.
I see that all the time on social media or this or that. That's like a very controversial topic, is like, how do I tell my significant other that they've gained weight? How do I approach uncomfortable conversations with my significant other? And like, I guess it's kind of like conflict because that could start a massive fight.
So, I mean, would I, if you said, do I look like I've gained weight? I would not say yes.
Good. Smart man. I'm saying like unhealthy.
If it was starting to get towards the unhealthy end, then like maybe.
Whether it's your girlfriend, your cousin, your brother, someone you know that you care about, you can mention it when they start gaining weight. Just try and, in a delicate way, depending on how close you are, to try and help them out, because you don't want them to like snowboard into like some really big weight gain, because then it's so much harder to reel it back. But anyways, people, thanks for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on the video and what I just said, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Click down below if you need coaching yourself to get off the fat train or just build muscle. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video.